Hello everyone, welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the 5 reasons why the 3-4-1-2 formation could work for Mikel Arteta. 5 reasons why the 3-4-1-2 formation could work for Mikel Arteta. Now, I know not very many people are fans of this formation. People normally prefer 4 defenders and 3 midfielders and sometimes 3 forwards, same as Liverpool and Manchester City. So I know not very many people like this formation, but for us, the way we play, the kind of players we have right now, or the players we're going to have next season, I don't know, but I'm focusing on the players we have right now and the few changes we could make. This formation could actually work for us. We've seen Antonio Conte winning the league in 2017 with this formation. We've seen Chris Wilder this season. It has worked for him at Sheffield United. Bielsa at Leeds, he actually uses a 3-1-3-3, and Leeds play very, very attractive football. So it has advantages, but it also has disadvantages. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about the disadvantages later on in the video. But first, I'm going to be taking a look at the 5 advantages, or the 5 reasons why this formation could work for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. Reason number 1 is attacking fullbacks. At Arsenal, we actually have fullbacks who prefer to attack rather than defend. Kolasinac, Tierney, Saka, Bellerin, even Niles, all those players that we have, Cedric, all of them prefer to attack rather than defend. So this formation could work out for us. It allows them to join the attack and not having to defend too much. And when they have to defend, they're actually like 5 people at the back. So it becomes a bit easier. And in terms of attack, it gives us a lot of width. Let's not forget, since the likes of Sanchez, Walcott and Chamberlain left, we have struggled in terms of having width from our wingers. We actually don't have any wingers at all. We've been linked to people like Lama and Dembele who can actually help in that, but I'm not sure about those players. And this can allow those defenders to push forward. People like Saka, someone like Saka would actually enjoy playing in that position. So that is reason number 1. It can allow us to have with defenders who can overlap and give those crosses, and we can actually have different styles of actually attacking and not just one style of give the ball to Pepe and cross the ball. We can have the Bellerin crossing the ball. We can have Kolasinac cutting in from wide and all. So we can have different styles of playing. Number 1, attacking fullbacks. Reason number 2 is more numbers at the center back position. I put out a video the other day talking about how Arsenal could line up in the 2020-2021 season. If you want to check that out, I'm gonna link it up in the YouTube card right now. And I talked about Pablo Mari and Saliba being our most probable defensive partnership next season, and people actually agree that they're both good players, but are they a good partnership, and will they be able to withstand the pressure from people like Kane and Aguero? As they're new to England. Pablo Mari is new, Saliba is young. So will they be a good partnership, or do they actually need a third defender to help them? Of course, if you play this formation, you can't have people like Mustafi, Socrates as those 3 defenders. You're going to be exposed, because those defenders have to have pace, they have to have mobility, they have to know how to push forward, come back, work out as right backs, come back as a center back. You have to have really mobile and skilled defenders. And having Pablo Mari and Saliba and someone like Luis helping them out with the experience and leadership, it can actually work for us. Plus, we never have enough cover from midfield from the likes of Xhaka. I remember earlier this season when he played against Manchester City, De Bruyne totally dominated that midfield, and he could have had 5 goals that day. And that is because Torreira and Guendouzi could not cope with him. So if you don't have midfielders who can cope, at least we can have an extra defender who can push there and make it 3 defenders at the same time. So this formation could work out for us in terms of that. It allows 1 defender to join the midfield. And as I've said, having 4 defenders hasn't really worked out for us anyway. Under Wenger and Emery, the last few years, it hasn't really worked out anyway. We struggled to attack under Emery, and we can't defend. So more numbers at the center back position is my number 2 reason. Number 3 is it allows us to play with 2 strikers. Of course, we've seen Aubameyang and Martinelli playing on the wing so many times this season. Even under Emery, we played with two strikers sometime, but it was not actually two strikers. It was Aubameyang and Lacazette splitting. One of them was going to the left and of them was going to the right. And the number 10, I don't remember if it was Willock or Ceballos, was pushing forward as a false nine. But in this formation, you can have a literal 2-3-4-1-2 and two strikers up front, getting in behind the defenders, going for crosses, heading balls, working together, dominating the defenders. If they're playing with two defenders, the opponents, and you're playing with two strikers, you actually have an advantage. Plus, we don't have actual wingers to play a 4-4-2 or a 4-4-1-1 or whatever. So this formation can actually work for us, having someone like Pepe in behind Aubameyang and Lacazette. And as I've said, I don't know who's going to stay at Arsenal, who's going to leave. So I'm just talking about the current players that we have. And probably we're going to have most of them next season anyway. Probably 3 or 4 will leave and maybe some will come. So unless you're changing the whole team, then we can discuss any other formation. But if we keep most of these players, this formation could be the one for us. And we don't have wingers right now. So having the fullbacks as the wingers can actually help us. Plus, having Martinelli and Aubameyang playing as actual strikers and not having to come to defend every single time and playing them in their best position. That is reason number 3. Reason number 4 is it allows us to control the midfield. That is the most important position on the pitch. If you're dominated in midfield, as I've said De Bruyne did to Arsenal, you're going to lose that game. If the midfielders can't handle the other team's midfielders, you're going to lose that game. That is why we can't handle Liverpool for the last 5-6 years. When they have the likes of Wijnaldum, Henderson, power midfielders, running, hard tacklers, and we have the likes of Wilshere and Ramsey sometimes going forward and leaving spaces in the middle, you're going to be in trouble. So this allows us to control the midfield, because all of a sudden we have 5 midfielders, and when someone like Luis pushes forward to distribute the ball, we have 6 midfielders, and the opponents can't deal with that. You can try and be a high position team, control the midfield, pass the ball, pressure the opponents when they have the ball in the midfield. You can sit back and the opponents literally can't score a goal when you have 6 midfielders and then 2-3 defenders there. They literally can't score a goal. And it allows us to switch to a back 5 anytime. Of course, with this formation, you can switch to a 5-3-2 anytime. You can switch to a 3-4-3 anytime. So it can really be one advantage. It can be another advantage of this formation. When you have 5 midfielders pinched towards the middle of the park, you actually have a natural advantage. Absolute natural advantage. Sorry. Reason number 5, it allows us to have more creativity, more attacking options. Under Emery, we struggled to get goals. I remember we drew a lot of games, 1-1, 1-1, 0-0, sometimes 1-0. We couldn't score more than 2 goals, and that was because we weren't creating any chances. If Aubameyang wasn't scoring for us, sometimes from corners mostly, we actually used to score a lot of corners in the around August, September, earlier before Emery was sacked. We used to actually depend on set pieces. But with this formation, you can create, and you have different ways of creating. Pepe can distribute the ball to Aubameyang and Lacazette. The fullbacks can bomb forward and put in crosses. One of the midfielders, whether it's Torreira, Ceballos, or Thomas Partey, hopefully can bomb forward and take shots from outside the box. And you can all of a sudden you have extra people in the box, 4 or 5 players. You have wingers, you have defenders. So it can really help in that. When you have an extra midfielder, any of them can push forward anytime. Remember under Conte, Kante used to score a couple of goals because he used to get chances. When you're playing this formation, any midfielder can get chances. This one can go forward and this one can remain, and every midfielder can create chances. When you play a 4-4-2, that midfielder in the middle has to stay, whether it's Kante, whether it's Xhaka, they have to stay. With wing backs, they can make diagonal runs when space opens up, which can confuse the defense and create more openings. The defensive midfielder and centre back can push forward, and you're dominating the midfield and from up front. Remember, defense starts from your forward. So when you have a lot of players up front, you can actually prevent those players from the opponents from actually attacking you or getting any opportunity to attack. So, and you can actually easily score many goals, 3 or 4 every game. But of course, as I've said, that has to be, that you have to literally have players who understand that formation. Otherwise, you're going to be scored a lot of goals. The disadvantages of this formation are it's tough to defend the sidelines. When the likes of Bellerin and Kolasinac bomb forward, all of a sudden you're exposed. If the likes of Torreira and Xhaka don't know how to cover the fullbacks and make it a 4-4-1 defense, you're gonna struggle. So you have to have mobile midfielders, people who can move around, not someone like Xhaka. You have to have people like Guendouzi and Torreira and hopefully Thomas Partey who can move around and cover the defense anytime, cover the fullbacks anytime they go. That is a disadvantage number one. Number two, you're gonna be counter-attacked most of the times. Remember, when you push forward, when Luiz pushes forward, the opponent is gonna get chances to counter-attack. And if your players don't understand that formation and who's going to play where and who's supposed to play where, you're going to lose counter attacks and you're going to concede from corners and stuff. And when you lose the ball, you're going to be in trouble. Number three, it's hard to perfect. You literally have to have players who can perfect this formation, who can understand this formation, or else you're going to be relegated from the league. You have to have mobile midfielders, pacey forwards, fit fullbacks who can go forward, come back. Of course, you have Kolasinac and Bellerin who enjoy doing that, and Saka, but the problem is the likes of Bellerin and Kolasinac get injured a lot of times. Every time they run like for 10 minutes, they get injured, and that is a disadvantage. But if they can actually get themselves fit and stay at Arsenal, this formation could be the one for us. Let me go through the advantages again. Number one, attacking fullbacks. Number two, more numbers at the centre-back position. Number three, it allows us to play with two strikers and not have to have Aubameyang on the wing. Number four, it allows us to control the midfield. Number five, it allows us to have more creativity and more attacking options. Mobile midfielders, pacey forwards, fit fullbacks. You have to have all that, but you have to be careful with defending the sidelines, counter-attacks, and perfecting it as soon as possible. Those are my 5 reasons for the 3-4-1-2. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other formation you'd want us to play, or would you actually go for this 3-4-1-2, or would you stick with the 4-2-3-1? Let me know in the comment section. If you liked this video, make sure you click on the like button. If you're new here, I'll appreciate it if you subscribe. If you're already subscribed, I really appreciate your support. More content coming soon. I'll have more videos linked up in the YouTube card and in the end screen. After I say goodbye, there are going to be more videos that are going to pop up in the end screen. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.